The problem is, with all this data showing that inflation's going down, but why are the costs of goods and services still so high? I don't see them going down at all. And if you happen to be living in a country that suffers from hyperinflation like Argentina, you're struggling to even buy clothes as their inflation hits 143%. I do believe inflation has become entrenched. Fast food, groceries, eating out, going out, travel, airfare, amusement parks, wherever you may want to spend money. It's going up and up and up and up and up, okay? It's not coming down. And if the U.S. continues to be irresponsible with its debt and with money printing, inflation will never come down and only get worse. It doesn't matter what CPI reads. Cost of goods, cost of living will continue to go up, okay? And hopefully not to Argentina levels of 143 ever in our lifetimes, but every major fiat currency eventually fails due to irresponsible printing. Every single one. So, again, it's one of those, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And hopefully that when is not within any of our lifetimes. But that's what inflation does. It robs people of their wealth. That's why we have Bitcoin. That's why Satoshi created Bitcoin. We have something that hedges against inflation, something that can counter the irresponsible printing. That's why we buy Bitcoin. We hold Bitcoin long term because nothing outperforms Bitcoin long term. Okay, now as for Bitcoin and crypto, we're still right around 37,000. We're still way above where we were just a week, 2 weeks ago and a month ago. So definitely not time to be panicking and looking to exit a market. This is not the time for that. We have so many good things and catalysts coming up in the near future. Grayscale Trust converting to spot Bitcoin ETF is one of them. This is kind of crazy if you look at it, though. This is looking at how much Bitcoin is controlled by Satoshi, which is around 1 million. Okay, never been touched. Not one even sat has ever been moved. So you could just consider that as supply removed forever. No one will ever touch that. And then you see the yellow, which is controlled by Grayscale. They hold like 650,000 Bitcoins. A lot. So what better company to have the very first Bitcoin spot ETF than Grayscale, since they control so much already? And then you look at MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy wants to catch up. They keep buying and buying and buying. Maybe one day they will have as much as Grayscale. But you figure by that time, there's just not that many left. So these are just like three entities, which control a massive amount. But now you got others like BlackRock and Vanguard and Fidelity and ARK. They're all trying to get a piece as well. And they're all fighting for what remains. And what remains is not a whole lot. So this is why Bitcoin is so good at being a hedge against inflation, because the scarcity factor, supply factor, it's a major deal. And supply is diminishing and demand keeps on increasing. Just look at it. Illiquid and liquid supply both are going down. Down and down and down and down. And there's only about 2 million Bitcoins left on the exchanges, and even that is going down in a major way. And going forward, the next 10 years, 20 years, we will see the supply go down to such low levels, it really becomes near impossible for anyone at that point in time to accumulate even a single Bitcoin. Right now, you guys have the gift to be able to buy Bitcoin around 37,000, which I know is a lot of money. But it's a gift because 4 years after this next halving event, so 6 years from now, people will have to pay possibly $370,000 or $500,000 for a single Bitcoin. And then the cycle after that, people may have to pay $3 million for a single Bitcoin. So, I mean, just think about it. And that's not so far off in the future. We're not even talking about like 5 decades or 3 decades. We're talking about within 10 years that may be happening. So, what we have today is a gift, okay? The entire space is a gift because it's so early. We can accumulate as much as we can still, because in the future, the future generation just cannot. And when I say future generation, it's really still us because we're not that old yet. But the people that are not in this space, let's say, if they want to get in, it's just simply too late. And that's why also the Bitcoin miners are going crazy right now. It's a frenzy to push the hash rate up. Not that they want to, because they just want to mine as much as possible. Because every single halving event removes half of the Bitcoin's, half of the Bitcoin's inflation rate. So every block releases less Bitcoin. So it gets harder and harder and harder to get rewarded in Bitcoin for securing the network. Okay, so they're pushing. The hash rate is skyrocketing right now. And what this may do is drive out a lot of the smaller miners. But the big miners right now, they are loading up as much as possible, and they're hoarding every single Bitcoin that they get. They're not going to let go because as big as they are, they're nobodies compared to BlackRock. In fact, most of them are owned by BlackRock. BlackRock has a huge equity share in almost every single miner out there. Same deal with Fidelity and Vanguard and all these other asset managers. They basically own every single miner already, so they're already involved. I am having a kickoff party in Vegas, December 14th. So if you guys want to come out and meet me and other influencers that are in the IFC, this is the spot to go. And not only that, Crowded Combat is going to be there. Their fighters are going to be there. I'm going to invite others in this space, other influencers, other projects. If you've been to one of my network parties before, it's going to be like that, but even bigger this time around. I have 3 different tickets. If you want to participate, you want to join, please do so. Use the code 25 off. You'll get $25 off. And for people that's been asking for a new NFT, if you go with the VIP program or ticket, you will get airdropped an exclusive I Am George NFT that will be included. Make sure you check it out if you are interested. This is in Vegas. Remember, what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. And you get to check out all the fighters, all the other influencers, myself, and all the major projects will be there. It's going to be a good party, a good time. So check it out. This shows you how many dips happen in a bull run. You know, it's easy to zoom out and just assume that everything just goes up like this. And this is what I was trying to explain last night. Many times you have dips. You have these consolidations. They're normal. Look at these dips. In 2017, look at those horrendous dips. That's like saying from where we are 37,000 and dropping to like 20,000. That's how big those dips are. That does not mean we're not in a bull run. That's perfectly normal. And some of these dips last a long time. They last maybe weeks. It's not just like a day and we move forward. Okay, so if we do get another dip while we're heading upwards, perfectly normal. But I love this chart to kind of show you guys, yeah, the dips are okay. And the best way to think about them, they're a gift from the Bitcoin gods, allowing you to buy more Bitcoin and stack sats for cheaper.